Okay, so 12 speed greens and putting. These are the methods I like to use. Um, I will always putt in the reverse mode for a few reasons. One, if you look at this particular putt and you're looking at the dots from the front view, it's looking weird. You know, you got a break and then a quick break at the start, and then it slows down. Um, Looks strange. More accurately, if you look at it in reverse, the lines are moving in a more flowing direction, equal almost. So it's more accurate. Um, First thing is distance. Okay, so we're looking at uh, 17 feet. All right, so 25% of that is 12.75 or so feet. 12 speed greens, it's 25% generally. Okay. This particular putt is uphill, so I need to take more distance into account. So 12.75 of this 17-foot putt, I'm actually going to add more. And the reason why is 12.75 would get you to the hole. But I don't like putts that just get to the hole for a few reasons. One is you could leave it short if it just gets to the hole. Never have a chance to go in if you leave it short. Um, and two, uphill putts always add more. And the reason why is because if we go beyond the hole, it's going further uphill, and now we're up to 5 inches here. So that means it's slowing down. It'll slow down fast on you. Generally speaking, for me, I like to putt where you're leaving the ball, if you miss, 3 feet or so beyond the hole. 3 feet or less. Anything more, you're using too much pace, and the ball uh, has less chance to go in. Anything less, you're in danger of leaving the putt short, or as well dealing with more break at the end, because when the ball is slowing down, it's going to break more. And I don't like dealing with more break than I have to. So going back to the start here, the first thing is total distance. This putt is 12.6 feet, up 4 inches. 17 feet is my total distance. 75% of that is 12.75. I am going to hit this at close to 14 feet to make sure it gets there, and to make sure to eliminate using a little more speed so I don't have to compensate for more break. So now that we have our distance, we're going to now look at the dots and the speed of this putt. So I throw the cursor to the side to give myself the best view of these dots here. And I'm paying attention to the first dot, which is here, closest to the ball. Probably the most important dot. The reason why is that's gonna send this ball in the direction right off the bat immediately towards the hole. The next dot that I'm paying attention to is the last dot, which is here. And this dot is slowing down as it gets to the hole. So at the start, the ball is gonna break, and then towards the end here, it's gonna slow down. Now with uphill putts, they break less. So if this putt was downhill or flat, I would need to take more break into account because it would be downhill or flat. Uphill putts break less. So you have to remember that. Where you would aim would be different if this was downhill. So looking at how this putt is moving, I asked myself a few questions before I attempt to putt. The first question I ask is, where do I need to aim this ball so I'm finishing, if I miss, on the high side, which is this side of the cup? A lot of times it's a lot easier to end up on the low side over here. So, and it never has a chance to go in if you do that. So the first question I ask is, where do I need to put this aimer so I finish on the high side? Over here. Now, based off of how this putt breaks, it gives you the best chance of going in and feeding to the hole, giving you more chance. So if I miss, I would want to deliberately miss on the high side. And if I was to guess right now, I would say it's probably here. Okay, that's my point of aim. That's what I want. Maybe a little more. Maybe there or something. And if you deliberately try to finish on the high side of the cup, you'll find that the putt will drop more often. What I'm saying is you're saying, okay, I deliberately want to try to miss this putt, but miss on this side of the hole by maybe an inch or so, or an inch or two. So it's like judging where you think it might be and then adding just a little more. So maybe my initial judgment said maybe here would go in, and I'm going to say, well, no, let me just add just a little more just to make sure I finish on the high side. And then the distance, we said, 17 feet. 12.75 is 25%, but it's uphill. I need to take more distance into account, and I want to make sure it gets there. So I'm going to hit this probably here. All right, then we're going to see if this goes in. All right, perfect. We'll move on to another hole.